The Oklahoma Sooners have a nice visitor list heading into the Houston game. They've got some big-time visitors that I think we need to be paying attention to as Oklahoma fans. Additionally, they're getting a prediction for a four-star safety here in the 2026 class that Oklahoma fans need to be excited for. So we're going to talk about the visitor list, talk about some of those guys who you should be paying attention to. Then we're going to get into the predictions. So make sure you stay tuned for that. And as always, if you're new to the channel, make sure you guys are joining the discussion, jumping down in the comments below, giving me your thoughts. Additionally, hit that like, hit that subscribe button. We hit 13,000 subscribers. So the next big one, 14,000 by let's say the end of the month. And here's the deal. 64% of you guys that watch my videos are not subscribed. So make sure you guys hit that like and that subscribe button. But going into the Houston game, Oklahoma's, listen, they're throwing back some awesome uniforms to the Bud Wilkinson era. Oklahoma's got some things going for them in this Houston game. A lot of things Oklahoma fans are excited for. But they've got some visitors coming on campus this weekend. Yes, we are back to having visitors on campus. This is what we all live for in the recruiting game. And when you look at some of the guys that Oklahoma is potentially getting on campus this weekend, you guys are seeing this on a Saturday morning. It's a big deal. And the first one you got to start out with is the four-star defensive end out of Duncanville High School, 6'3", 225 pounds, Kevin Ford Jr. This is a guy, if you guys have been paying attention to the channel, we've talked about him multiple times. We're looking at maybe getting him here on the podcast soon. He's been to Oklahoma like 2 or 3 times now. He's been to Texas twice, SMU 3 times. He's been to A&M once. Like, if you're Oklahoma, you feel really good about this. And Kevin Ford Jr. feels good about Oklahoma. When you talk to him, he talks about how the defensive improvement. He talks about his relationship with Miguel Chavis. So you look at Kevin Ford Jr., although he's out of Duncanville High School, as a realistic prospect for Oklahoma. And this is one where when you hired Emmett Jones, you hoped Emmett Jones would get you back into this area of recruiting, especially in Duncanville. And if you can win Kevin Ford Jr. and keep him away from the University of Texas, this would be huge. So great to see him get on campus. You've got Ryder Mix coming on campus. You've got a 4-star offensive lineman, Noah Best, which, guys, that one I think you could probably see a commitment come down for by the end of the month. I believe Noah Best in Oklahoma, along with the relationship with Bill Bedenbaugh there, it's tight-knit. It sounds like that one might get wrapped up sooner rather than later. You saw Alan True the other day tweet out that Oklahoma is getting 4-star safety Keenan Harris on campus. Additionally, you've got defensive end Ryder Garcia, linebacker Agape Lawrence, offensive lineman Dawson Matthews. But the big one that everybody, if you're an Oklahoma fan, you were all excited for when you saw the name pop through, Boobie Feaster. You heard me right. Boobie Feaster. He will be on campus for the University of Oklahoma as well. If you're an Oklahoma fan, that's a name that could follow up General Booty, one that you could be excited for. Now, the 4-star prospect that Oklahoma, they got a prediction from Josh McCuistion the other day, and I'm kind of ready to jump on that bandwagon, jump on this island and say Jordan Deck is going to be an Oklahoma Sooner. 4-star safety, 6'2", 180 pounds out of Frisco, Texas, and Lone Star High School. Remember, we had Jordan on the podcast a couple months ago. And one of the things that stood out when we talked to Jordan Deck at that time, and I actually have the quote right here for you, is he said, Oklahoma just feels like home. It just feels right. And when you hear recruits say something like that, it really provides an indication of their relationship with the staff, but also just kind of how they feel about the city, where they could see themselves playing college ball. And so saw Josh McCuistion put it in the other day, and we were talking about it in the Discord, and I said, I've kind of been kind of holding on to this one, and I think I'm kind of ready to jump on there with Josh onto that island that Jordan's going to be a Sooner. So you look at the other schools that are pushing for him. Arkansas, A&M, Penn State, Michigan, SMU, Baylor, LSU, Ole Miss. Those are schools that if you're Oklahoma, you're going to have to pay attention to. You can't turn your back to them, but let me tell you why you want Jordan Deck in this class, and why everybody else wants him. He had 71 total tackles last season, 63 solo tackles, 5 interceptions, 10 pass breakups, 4 tackles for loss, 1 forced fumble. He has a really good awareness of the field. He's able to keep his eyes not only on the receiver that he's defending, but also on the quarterback. And I think he has a really good ability to be able to read the quarterback's eyes, try to figure out where he's going to throw that ball. And if you're Oklahoma, you are very satisfied with the way that Brandon Hall has recruited this safety room since he's gotten to Oklahoma. Not only have we been able to obtain depth in this room, but Oklahoma has been able to recruit elite talent that we quite frankly just haven't had in this room in a while. Now, he's going to be on campus this weekend with a lot of those other visitors. This will be, I think, his 3rd or his 4th visit. So Jordan Deck's been at Oklahoma quite a bit. He has 21 total offers from, I mean, again, you look at the list of teams that are on this list, you're looking at teams like LSU, who we call DBU, Texas A&M. It's weird Texas ain't in there yet, but you got Michigan, Miami, Arkansas, right? So he's got some of those offers that you look for when you look at a DB. And if you're an Oklahoma fan, I think this is one that you want to see come to fruition. This is a guy that you would like to see on this team. And again, you watch his film here, you see his athleticism, you see the ability to read the field, make those adjustments. And then, like I said, he is not afraid. And you saw it with those 10 pass breakups and his 5 interceptions. He's a guy that's not afraid to get up there, fight for the ball. And I think that's something that you want in a DB. That's something that I think Brandon Hall and Jay Valai, when they look for those corners and they look for those safeties, this is something that they look for in the intangibles in those players. So getting him on campus again this weekend, maybe this is something that you see wrap up by the end of the month as well. It's very likely Oklahoma gets a 2026 commit before they get another 2025 commit at this point. As we saw last season with the 2025 class, Oklahoma is probably going to have the majority of that class wrapped up before most teams really start getting into the weeds of their recruitment of the 2026 class. So if you're an Oklahoma fan, be excited. This is something that I think could come to fruition. This is something that all Oklahoma fans should be paying attention to. Obviously, you have an insider like Josh McCuistion also backing this up. So for those of you who just think that provides a lot of weight, Josh is calling it too. So if you guys haven't already, you guys have made it this far, and you guys are new to the channel, make sure you guys hit that like, hit that subscribe button. Also, join the discussion. Jump down in the comments below. Let me know what you guys think of the latest prediction for Jordan Deck to end up at the University of Oklahoma. And as always, let me know your guys' score predictions for Oklahoma versus Houston.